Hi, I'm Jim Crotts, and I'm here with Mark Calder from Faith Investment Services. And today we'd like to talk about Roth IRA conversions. A Roth IRA conversion is a way to take your retirement assets and turn them into tax-free income in the future. Because the money inside your Roth IRA has already been taxed, the distributions in the future come out tax-free. And you don't have to worry about required minimum distributions. So Mark, when could a Roth IRA be the right thing for you?
Well, one time when a Roth IRA conversion makes sense is when we're experiencing a down or volatile year in the market. And your account is most likely going to be lower than usual in those times, so we're going to pay less in taxes when we do that conversion. So we're leveraging a down or volatile year in the market to your advantage at that point in time.
So I would think another time that it could be to your advantage is if you think you're going to be in a higher tax bracket in the future. You pay lower taxes today to offset the higher taxes in the future. Right. And that could happen because your income needs are higher in your retirement years, or the federal government just decides to increase taxes, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing clients come in and they want to go on those vacations that they didn't get to when they're working, or they want to take their grandkids on an extravagant vacation. And then, I mean, as a country, we're trillions of dollars in debt right now. So our taxes are most likely going to be higher in the future rather than lower in the future.
True.
And I don't want you to forget, Jim, that we need to make sure we have money to pay those taxes when we do that Roth conversion.
Okay. And do you have to have money outside your 401k or IRA that's being converted to pay those taxes?
No, Jim, you don't. You can use the money inside, but we typically don't want to use that strategy.
Okay.
So we talked about a few times when it might make sense to do a Roth conversion. But Jim, when could it not make sense to do that?
Well, I think the biggest one is one that you've already mentioned, and that's if you don't have the money available to pay the taxes to Uncle Sam when you do the conversion. And, you know, you're right, we can use the money inside the plan, so it's not always a non-starter if you don't have the money on the outside, but it does take an extra step. We have to make sure that it does make sense for you to do that. And I guess the second reason would be if you really think you're going to be in a lower tax bracket during your retirement years. You know, it doesn't make sense to pay taxes at a higher tax bracket today if they're going to be in a lower bracket in the future.
Yeah, I certainly don't want to give Uncle Sam more money than I have to.
Right.
Another time, Jim, when it could be a bad idea is if you think you might need the money that we get from doing that Roth conversion within a certain time frame, and that's 5 years.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we're doing the planning so we don't need the money after we do that conversion.
Great.
So what's the bottom line? What's the point that we want to get out of this video? And it's really that Roth conversions are a great tax planning and retirement tool, but we just need to make sure that you're in the right situation to do it. Under current tax codes right now, when you do the Roth conversion, it's 100% there. There are no takebacks.
That's a good point. So, yeah, we do want to make sure it's the right thing. And bottom line is, we can't give that advice without sitting down with people to make sure that we've walked through the process. So, if you think that this might be the year that you want to consider a Roth IRA conversion, or you're just not sure and you'd like to get an opinion, please feel free to reach out to us at 586-739-3440 or visit us on the web at faithinvestmentservices.com. We'd be happy to schedule a time to sit down with you and walk through a step-by-step process to determine whether a Roth conversion will be the right thing for you in 2021. Thank you.
Thanks.